If he dies, he dies. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of videos of people testing MAGNACUT, and I got some, some thinner stock, and that'll be a kitchen knife, and I got some thicker stock, some 1/8, and that'll be like an outdoor bushcrafty knife. But what I'm getting at is, I've been seeing a lot of videos of people testing it and stuff, and they're testing it, at a high hardness, 64 HRC, and pushing it to its point of failure, seeing how thin you can take it and how hard you can take it and what it can handle. And I really just believe that this steel was designed for balance. It was designed for balance. It was designed to have, the three attributes, like Creeley knives are saying, it's not meant to be the toughest. It's not meant to be the most stain proof. It's not, it's not meant to have the best edge retention. But what it is meant to be the best at is balance. And that is what's fair to this steel. It needs to be heat treated for an outdoor blade for balance. Don't put a 63, 64, 65, or whatever it goes up to on MAGNACUT. If you do, put it on a kitchen knife. If you're doing an outdoor, do the recommendation balanced heat treat. 20-50, 20 minutes. And this is going to be a destruction blade. I'm going to grind it, probably a Scandi grind, maybe a saber grind. I'm going to leave it a little thick behind the edge. Probably, I don't know, around 20-degree edge. And probably, 1.5 millimeters up above the heel quite a bit. And it's going to leave it in nail chop mode. See what kind of toughness this stuff can handle. And then after I do that and it passes, then we'll grind it to a full flat, make it nice and thin, maybe 1 millimeter up behind the edge. And I am from America and I use millimeters. It's just easier. We should have went to millimeters. But for kitchen blades, high hardness. But to be fair to this steel that is designed to be balanced, give it a balanced heat treat for an outdoor blade. And then that's what I'm going to do. We're going to test it. This is a destruction test of MAGNACUT. After the edge fails, then I'm going to snap it and see what kind of power it takes to snap it. I'm hoping it'll be around 61 HRC. Okay, one more thing here. We're gonna destroy this thing. This would make a good knife for somebody, but you got to test them. What I was trying to say is, when you get steel from like Alpha Knife Supply, it's already got all the mill scale off, and you pay more for it. It's probably $10 more a foot, but these belts are about $8, $5 to $8 a piece, and I'll probably destroy this belt completely by removing this mill scale. That the way it comes from Pop's Knife Supply, it's mill scale all over it, but it's cheaper, and there's nothing wrong with this steel. It just you have to do another process. You got to get rid of the mill scale before you heat treat it, guys. You got to. Okay, let's try that video mode. All right, this is an iPhone 13 Pro. You can see the pitting, and that is from the mill scale, I'm pretty sure. So after you grind off the mill scale, I already got this side done. There's no pitting now because you have to go a little deeper. You got to get rid of the pitting too. Clean the steel up. Get the steel nice. Get it nice before heat treat. No more sparks. This belt is toast. One more belt. So it's going to take about 2 belts to do it right. Yeah. Sandblast the mill scale off. Save on your belts. It'd probably be a lot cheaper. Wrap it in the stainless steel foil. I'm starting to get a little better at this part. Yeah. I'll probably wait till I get cut, and then I'll start wearing gloves. Usually how I roll. Okay. How'd I do? All right. Here's knife sharpened in Norway, showing that even at 63 HRC, the steel can perform. So don't get me wrong.
That a picture?
You know, it can perform at 63 HRC on an outdoor blade here. If I rewind a little bit, he's beating the heck out of it. He's cutting paper. It's a good video. And he does a lot of edge retention tests with this. He's the first one I sent a knife to in MAGNACUT. He's done more testing with MAGNACUT than I have.
Not gonna name any names. Didn't bring fucking tent stakes, so thank God you gave him this knife. What do you got going on there?
I don't need no tent stakes.
Oh, yeah.
This is the other blade I made in MAGNACUT, and these guys took it out in the field for a week and tested it, and it did great. At 62 HRC.
Now, he said you told him to be hard on it. I don't know if you meant this hard. But he's being pretty fucking hard on it, dude.
Now I gotta point my stake. Yeah. He's pretty sharp.
Don't cut your belly.
And I did do some of my own testing here. This is the one I sent to Norway. And it's around 63 HRC. I just want to make sure I'm not being misleading. I'm not saying MAGNACUT at 63 or 64 can't be a good camp knife. Of course it can if you know how to use your knife. What I'm saying is I want to do a destruction test. And the best chance MAGNACUT will have that's fair is a balanced heat treat of hardness and toughness. Okay, it's at 2,000 degrees right now. I'm going to go in tip by the door, handle first, because the back of the heat treat oven seems to lose the most heat. So I'm at 2,000 degrees. I'm not going to equalize it at 1,500 degrees. And the reason is this oven is freaking slow. And that is because I bought the 110 version instead of the 220. So 2050 for 20 minutes. It's been in there for 5 minutes. If you have a 110, put it in there when you get around 2,000 degrees. That's plenty of time for preheating. We're going for a balance between toughness and hardness. Okay, so 20 minutes at 2050 is what we're doing. And I'm going to temper it at 350. And I'm shooting for here, because I'm going to do dry ice. There we go. Okay. Not even 1 minute left to go. Going for the quench. 2050 for 20 minutes. Here we go. Ooh, she's making some noise, ain't she? Get in there. All right. Hell. Okay, get the damn thing out of there. All right, got it out of there. There's a little piece stuck to it for some reason. Weird colors, you know. But chainsaw file and reading hard before cryo. Hey, look at that. I guess that they're not joking. That tin, whatever it is, stainless steel wrap is sharp. Okay. Neato. Going in the hole. Have fun in there, buddy. Have to take old Hank and Sally for a walk in the rain again. They're so soaked I can't take them in the house. Look at my garage floor. We're gonna go out in the woods somewhere. I'm gonna wear a poncho and let them just run through the mud. You guys want to run through the mud? Oh yeah. All right, we're just waiting for the cryo treat. Oh my God, these dogs are just running in the mud out here at Gay Park Woods. Loving it. Here they come. Yeah, it's out here at Gay Park Woods in Morris. They're playing in the mud, being dogs. Frozen kerosene. Almost boiling because it's warming up so fast. It's about 50 degrees now. Okay, 350, enter, hold, 2 hours. There we go, ready. Go. Alright. Get back, Sally. Let her sit. Okay, so I got these hardness files, and I used to always think, well, they're not that accurate, you know, within 5 points. But once you start getting used to these things, just like anything else, you start, you know, you kind of start dialing it in a little bit, and it's going against this coarse grain, but it's the same. So it's a real light scratch. So this is not as hard as, you can see the difference. This is not as hard as the knives I made before. It's probably just a little bit over 60. And I can say that fairly confidently because the 60 did scratch it, but it didn't bite it. So I'm guessing 61 HRC here. So, got a burr on one side, got a burr on the other, and then I'm just gonna try to knock the burr off. And then I'm gonna put it on the paper wheel. Put it on this paper wheel. That's all it takes. Green compound. And whatever burr is left is now officially gone. And just very light. Nothing crazy. Sharpen in Norway said that this steel really likes the leather compound. You know, likes being stropped. 350 grit stone right on the paper wheel. Nothing special. Good test edge. All right. Nice and crisp. Okay, let the testing begin. This is some, now excuse me, this paper is kind of damp. It's been out in the garage for a while, but this is ironwood. Everyone knows how hard ironwood is. That's really hard on an edge. I'm gonna go up and down the whole blade. Ironwood's very hard. It's gnarly chewing into it like that too. Really hard on the edge. Okay. Damp paper. Okay. Here's some deer antler. Deer antler is another gnarly thing I'm sure everybody knows. Deer antler is hard. Oh, that's hard on an edge. Oh, yeah. Come on, iPhone 12. This is what I got you. Start focusing your ass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, is that tough on an edge. Okay. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of a hang up. Oh, man. Just like that. It's not too bad. There's definitely definitely a hang up. So it's visually, I can't see any damage, but it dulled it somewhere on here. Torquing on an edge on something that hard is definitely, you're definitely asking for it. Here's a brass rod. Let's see if we can't get this in focus. Oh yeah. Really torquing. Oh. And that's terrible on an edge. That would represent, as a big brown bear said, some of the, that's harder than any hardwood out there. And of course, the edge is compromised. Is it that? I mean, it still cuts though, but it's definitely compromised. All right, phase one. Okay, I think everybody knows bamboo is some hard ass shit. So the only thing I'm going to do to make this interesting is strop. I'm just going to try to bring it back to life with stropping. There is nothing, I see nothing on the edge from cutting the brass rod, cutting the antler. There's nothing on the edge. Now, if I would have dragged it back and forth like this, it would have damaged it. We already know that would happen. But just by stropping it, it's pretty much back to cutting paper, halfway decent. It's still got some snags. Well, you would expect that. Now, basically, bamboo is extremely hard, and there's no visible edge damage from the test we just did. So we'll see if there is this time. That's pretty tough on a knife. Everybody knows how hard bamboo is. Okay. About where it was hitting, it's snagging a little bit. But it's not terrible. It's not terrible. We'll see if we can't bring it back stropping again. I think this steel does like stropping. That would be cool. This paper's just been sitting out here. Wow. The stropping, big difference. You're right, man. What the hell is going on here? Tighten this thing up. Here we go. Oh, is that tough on an edge? Okay. That's real time. All I did was strop. You're right, man. Wow. I've been friends with Knife Sharpener and Nori for years now, and I'm still learning shit off this guy. So MAGNACUT likes the strop. Come on, stupid iPhone. You're supposed to be focusing real close. As you can see, 0 edge damage. All right. Well, hell with it. Okay. CPM steel. Nothing. Nail don't hurt it. And that is because it's in nail chop mode. You can chop nails till the cows come home, not even a shiny spot. You see? Now, so you can do some pretty crazy shit with an antler, brass rod, hardest wood you can think of, and it passes with flying colors. It holds its decent edge. Big question is, how does it cut with this thick geometry like this? Okay, so MAGNACUT has proven itself at a thick geometry. This stuff, it can really take some punishment. But at this thick of a geometry, how does it cut? And the answer, oh God, is terrible. It cuts terrible. So it's a terrible cutter, terrible slicer. Will it cut paper? It will cut paper. Will it cut brass rods? It will cut brass rods. Will it cut nails? It will cut nails. Will it cut a tomato? Probably not very good. It will cut the rope, barely, and that pretty much, you know, answers any questions on a thick geometry. Right there. MAGNACUT is tough enough with the right geometry to beat the living shit out of it. Let's try this. Okay. Here we go. Concrete floor. Directly on the tip. Ooh, man, it landed right on the tip. You know what the tip did? Nothing. No dulling, nothing. It's all in the geometry. You want to make an indestructible knife? It's pretty easy to do. Will it cut? It won't cut for shit. Will it actually cut? Yeah, it'll cut you. Probably shave hair still. Well, maybe not. But, bottom line, yeah, I guess it will. Still shaves a little hair. There's no shiny spots. But it doesn't cut very good. Yes, it is a 1/4 inch thick piece of angle iron. And what we're going to do is we're going to pound this knife tip into the angle iron. 1/4 inch thick. What's it doing to the edge? What's it doing to the tip? Nothing. It's digging a hole into this angle iron. Sucks. There it goes. Not a nothing wrong with that tip. That's why I leave them a little thick, but you know, there is no edge damage. Some people want a knife to just beat the living hell out of it. You know, I don't know. fresh abrasives. All off that little ass knife. And man, is it getting thin. Makes me nervous. Okay, now I'm out of my comfort zone. This is getting real thin. And that decimal taper runs all the way from the front all the way to the back. It's so thin. We are at 1/2 millimeter. And it seems to be consistent. It's a little, it is the same. It's the same. A little bit thinner in the front. I squeeze it. We're at 1/2 millimeter here. I push it down. Way down. They're at 2. Right there. We're under 1 millimeter. That high up the blade. And for all you folks, 34 thousandths, that far up the blade. I don't know what that 34 thousandths even means, but up here we're even thinner. We're at 215, 250. 215 thousandths to the top of that notch. So, whatever that means. To millimeters, oh, fractions, that's what I understand. And that is kitchen knife thin. That really wasn't that fun to do. You got to go through a lot more abrasives, because if your abrasives start, they're not fresh anymore, you'll know when it's thin like this because it gets hot real quick. The water is a must if you're going to make thin geometry blades. You know, it's not as fun, and it takes more skill. I could have easily overheated this blade 100 times. See, I already have a burr. MAGNACUT, this stuff, of course, crystalline, handles MAGNACUT very good. It gets a burr quick. And of course, I'm not stones rocking all over the place in the hand. But that unevenness is what's going to give this thin blade a fighting chance. I'm probably not even going to hit it on the paper wheel this time. I probably should, just to make it fair, make it the same, but I'm not. I'm just going to coarse crystalline, right to the strop, test it. Be a real toothy edge. The knife is very thin. We'll see, man. We'll see. Ooh, it's like butter. Ooh, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. She's sharp. Nice and crisp. Can tell it's a hell of a lot better cutter already. Okay, we're going to do some different type of testing. You know, we got a rotten tomato. More up the alley of what this thing can do now. So, very sharp. Need a handle for this. Need a glove. Cuts a lot better through the rope. All right, on to the testing that's probably going to screw it up. Oh, jeez. Go down. Lighten this light a little bit. This is ironwood. Okay. Let's see if it cuts through some paper now. Little bit of a hang up. touch. Not as bad though. It's actually a little better than what it was when I did ironwood last time. A couple touch-ups on the strop. And it's back to cutting pretty good. Still hair shaving sharp. Okay, all right, well, ironwood, past that. Alrighty, brass rod. Let's see how it does on brass. Ooh. 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 You can see how the deflection on this thing, brass rod test would be nothing. See the edge, see the deflection? Oh man, look at that. Taking chunks out of a brass rod. Let's see how the brass rod did on the paper. That's about the same results. Huh? No, it's still a little better. It's got a hang up though. All right, let's see if Mr. Strop can still bring it back to life. I don't know how this strop's doing that. Maybe it's chunks of the brass on the edge. That, or it just really likes to be stropped. If it's bringing the edge back that easy. Nope, it's still got a hang up. But it's not near as bad. It's just got one hang up somewhere. And I don't see it. It's not visual. Maybe right there. Well, no, right. It's nothing. Let me see. Okay. So the thin geometry seems to be performing better than the thick geometry. It's still got a hang up. Oh, no, not too bad. A little bit. But hell of a lot better. Wow. Okay. Okay, though. Here's where things are going to start getting ugly. Here's where thin geometry, you know, I mean, would you ever beat your thin knife through bamboo? Possibly. Possibly. Oh, man, does that hurt. But if I would have put a handle on it, I wouldn't destruction test it. It's... God, it's still cutting. Wow. Okay, so the thin geometry is way outperforming the thick geometry. Surprise! Oh, we'll find out though. Bamboo! Oh, holy shit. Okay, well, maybe these guys are right after all. I've been doubting everybody. Okay, thin geometry, one on the bamboo. Let's see how it does on this deer antler. You can see the deflection in the blade and it still just bounces back and goes right to work. Just torquing on it. Okay. Wow. Something to do with thinner geometry? It makes it tougher? I don't know. Maybe because it was so blunt at the end, it dulled really quick. And now it's just, I don't know what it is. Oh boy. Let's see. Took a little, God, that ain't much. Dropping it on concrete. Now that's something you will do with your knife, is drop it on concrete. So the tip passed dropping it on concrete very thin. Okay. Yes. And this is the test that my buddy Knife Sharpening Norway hates. He hates it. He says, when are you ever going to pound through a nail in real life? Well, if you want to see real life scenarios, go to his channel, because he makes high performing edges and puts them through real world situations. Me, on the other hand, I like to just see what they can take for no reason. $50 piece of steel, getting ready to destroy it. This will not pass this test. I've done this test with 80 CRB2, and it's too thin. Look at that. It's already cut through the nail. Well, maybe not. Maybe one more whack. There we go. So let's do another one in a different spot this time. Let's go in the front, since my front is so suspect. It hurts my hand though. Woo. Safety glasses. I see nothing. Hang-ups, yes. Bad? No. Yeah, that's right. Angle iron time. When I say it's a destruction video, it's a destruction video. Oh, that little... Nothing on the tip. The tip still looks good. Okay. This is a grade 7 bolt. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to stop here. Come on, guys. Serious? Definitely not stopping now. I can't break this thing until it fails. I have to at least get the edge to fail before I got the heart to break it. Okay, grade 7 bolt. Bending the hell out of it. Bent the hell out of it. That's pinching the blade. But look, nothing. Nothing on the edge. Not even a dull spot. What the hell? It's because that washer. Yeah, I'm about to find another bolt. Grade 10 bolt. This is for some real high torque applications. This will destroy the knife. Guarantee it. Yeah. Guarantee it. This one's going to destroy it. Man. Okay. Little bit. I'm disappointed in this phone, man. It won't focus for shit. Nothing. A little bit right there. There's some minor something going on. But it's shit. This thing's taking some hits. How about a drill bit? And how about we go right on the hardened part? Yeah. Annihilated it. And it did chip it, but it cut right through the bolt. Annihilated it. Wow, but it did chip the edge. There it is, it chipped it a little bit, a little chip right there. MAGNACUT sucks, you failed. I don't know. How about a screwdriver? Think it'll cut through a screwdriver? Hell no. Screwdriver wins. There's the screwdriver, and there's MAGNACUT. Well, that's the chip we were looking for. That's the damage we wanted. Okay, now I can justify breaking the damn thing. This is 1/8 inch stock, so it's already thin to start with, and it's grinded thin as a kitchen knife, so it's not going to be much to break. But I think this is the optimal heat treat for a balance of hardness and toughness. Would 63, 64 hold up to the test that I just did as well? I don't think so, but maybe it would. I don't know. There was a big chip in the edge where I tried to chop a screwdriver in half. I did have to grind that out, so that's why it looks thicker right here. I grind it up quite a bit to eliminate that chip to make the brake test fair. There ain't nothing wrong with the steel from Pops. Yeah, nothing wrong with what Pops has. Good grain structure every time. Yep, it's a damn shame. But it is what it is. This is for scientific purposes, you know. 80 CRV2 was harder to break, but this is harder. I was probably 61 right now. I should actually throw it in the temper and try to make it even softer. But yeah, I can break it. But man, that does take a lot of power to break it. And it does flex pretty good. And that is a beautiful, beautiful fine grain. And that, my friends, is the MAGNACUT test. What did I learn? What did I learn? I learned that's an expensive ass test. But I also learned that, you know, to take a little risks and take a little chances when grinding these knives and make them thinner than what I've been doing. I like to play it conservative, and the thin geometry, it outperformed it bar none. It beat it. I think it beat it across the board. You know, it did the nail chop. It did everything. Could slice a tomato like a kitchen knife. I still struggled on cutting the rope, but I think that's because I don't have a handle, and you need to push hard on a rope. But that was also a very toothy, coarse crystalline edge, which is like a 300 grit stone. If I took it up to, if I sharpened it and took some time and really sharpened it, I'd blow right through that probably. But MAGNACUT is great steel. I love it. I'm going to keep using it. Thank you, Larry and Thomas, for, you know, designing this, and we're lucky to have you. We're lucky. The knife world's lucky to have you. And now I got to clean up this mess and get my wife's car back in here. See ya.